Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into something that, well, it's pretty much everywhere in your life as a student. Think about it, ordering food late at night, grabbing textbooks online for your commerce or management courses, even just researching business stuff. It's all happening digitally. But this isn't just shopping, it's a fundamental shift in how businesses actually work. It's strategic. So our mission today, to really unpack e-commerce. We'll look at the core ideas, how it all started, and where it's heading. We're using a great resource. Fundamentals of E-Commerce, Revised First Edition by Dr. Subhabrata from Arambagh Book House. For you studying commerce and management, this should give you a solid grasp, taking you beyond just being a consumer to seeing the business strategy behind it all. Think of it like taking apart a big online company, seeing how all the digital pieces fit together. We'll go from the very beginning, look at the systems making global trade possible, check out different models, dive into digital payments, and yeah, touch on the legal stuff and marketing too. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's kick things off. E-commerce feels pretty modern right now, like Amazon, Flipkart, that kind of thing. But the book takes us way back, 1971. An email, how does that connect to online shopping?
Yeah, it sounds strange, doesn't it? But that first email by Ray Tomlinson, it was about connecting electronically. That connection, that simple communication, that's kind of the seed, the absolute bedrock. It wasn't really until 1995, with pioneers like Amazon starting with books and eBay with auctions, that we saw the potential for actual commerce online. So it wasn't just the when, but how that communication tool sort of morphed into a sales platform that sparked everything.
Right. So fast forward to today. How does this digital nature change what a business is? The book mentions global reach, always being open, digital platforms. But for someone stepping into management, are these pure advantages? Or do they create, new kinds of pressure?
That's a really important question. The upside is huge, definitely. Think about that local artisan in Kolkata, like the publisher mentions, suddenly selling worldwide, no physical shop needed. But the flip side, you're competing globally too. Everyone is. It pushes you to be faster, more innovative. And yeah, the operating costs online can be lower, which sounds great, but it also means your competitors can be leaner too. It intensifies everything.
Okay, and let's be precise here. The book draws a clear line. E-commerce versus e-business. Why is this distinction so important for, students thinking strategically? Is it just terminology?
Oh, it's much more than terminology.
Yeah.
E-commerce, the buying and selling, is really just part of the picture, a subset, like the book says. E-business is the whole digital operation. Marketing, customer service, supply chains, HR, everything done electronically. If you only focus on the selling part, the e-commerce, you might miss how everything else needs to work together digitally. You need that whole ecosystem.
Right, the bigger picture. Okay, so let's talk about relationships. ECRM comes up, electronic customer relationship management. How does that work online?
ECRM is all about using those digital channels, email, social media, maybe chatbots, to manage every interaction you have with the customer. The goals are pretty clear. Make the experience better through personalization, use data to understand customers, and just make things run smoother, more efficiently. Imagine tailoring offers based on everything someone's clicked on or bought before. That's ECRM in action.
Okay, so you've built the relationship. Now, how do you actually get the stuff to people? Supply chain management, SCM, that sounds critical.
Absolutely critical. SCM is the whole journey. Planning, coordinating everything from raw materials right through to the final delivery. The source mentions key things like procurement, designing your logistics network, planning capacity, managing inventory. It's complex. Look at Flipkart here in India. They use multiple fulfillment centers, AI, big data, all to deliver efficiently. They even offer cash on delivery. That's a smart SCM choice for this market. Or think about Amul's dairy network or Tata Motors and their lean manufacturing. These are real-world examples of SCM making a huge difference.
And knitting all of this together, CRM, SCM, everything else is ERP, enterprise resource planning.
Exactly. ERP systems try to integrate and automate pretty much all the day-to-day stuff. Finance, HR, inventory, SCM, CRM, all feeding into one central system. The idea is better efficiency, smarter decisions because you have real-time data, and just better collaboration across the whole company. For you, as students, think about it. Having all that data in one place, how much easier would strategic planning be? Pretty transformative.
Okay, internal mechanics covered. Now, the marketplace itself. Who's selling to whom? We all get B2C, business to consumer, buying from Amazon, for instance. But the book mentions B2B, business to business, is often bigger in terms of revenue. How different is that strategically?
Very different. B2B involves businesses selling to other businesses. Think bulk orders, long-term contracts, complex negotiations. It's the backbone of many industries, the sales cycle, the marketing. This is not the same as selling a book to an individual consumer. Then you got C2C, consumer to consumer, like eBay or maybe Poshmark, people selling to each other. And C2B, consumer to business, that's like freelancers on Upwork, offering skills to companies.
And it keeps going. B2G, G2B, G2C, business to government, government to business.
Right. Even government interactions are part of this digital shift.
Yeah.
Like Infosys building the income tax portal here in India. That's a G2B interaction facilitated by technology.
So the takeaway for students isn't just the acronyms, but that each model needs its own playbook, right?
Precisely. Different features, different challenges, different logistics. You have to tailor your strategy. It's a really diverse ecosystem, not just one thing called e-commerce.
Okay, none of this happens without money changing hands digitally. Payment systems. The book talks about convenience, cost savings. But what about security? That always feels like the big worry. How do businesses handle that trade-off? Convenience versus safety.
It's a huge balancing act, and it's ongoing. The text goes into debit and credit cards, pros and cons for both, fees, fraud protection levels. Then you have things like smart cards with chips for more secure data storage, a step up in protection. And of course, e-money, e-wallets, think Paytm, Google Pay. Super flexible, super fast. For businesses, offering lots of options is key because customers expect it. But ignoring security, fraud, data breaches, That can destroy trust instantly. It's not really an option.
And India's own payment scene is fascinating. UPI Unified Payments Interface gets highlighted. What made that such a phenomenon?
UPI really is a game changer. Developed by NPCI, it lets you transfer money instantly, bank to bank, just using your mobile. Super simple virtual address, billions of transactions every month. It's massively boosted financial inclusion, making banking so much more accessible. And the book mentions others too, like NFT, RTGS, IMPS for different transfer needs, even the National Common Mobility Card for transport. It shows this big coordinated push in India towards a cashless digital economy. Really quite impressive.
So, beyond the payment method itself, what about the security architecture? Digital signatures, payment gateways, how do they fit in?
Good question. Digital signatures help verify that a document or transaction is authentic, that it hasn't been tampered with. Adds a layer of trust. Payment gateways are like the secure tunnels. They encrypt your sensitive card data when you buy something online, protecting it between you, the merchant, and the bank. But the challenge is threats evolve. So for everyone, businesses and us as consumers, things like strong passwords, two-factor authentication, keeping an eye on your accounts, they aren't just suggestions, they're essential.
Things change so fast in this space. The trends mention social commerce, AI, even AR/VR. How do they connect? Are they working together?
Oh, absolutely, they connect. The growth after COVID-19 kind of poured fuel on all these trends. Social commerce, buying stuff right on Instagram or Facebook, it works so well because AI is personalizing what you see. Then you have augmented reality, letting you virtually try on clothes or see furniture in your room. That makes online shopping feel more real, more tangible. Mobile, of course, is not even a trend anymore. It's just essential. It powers everything. And subscription models are popping up everywhere because people like the convenience. For businesses, these aren't separate things to tick off. They feed into each other. You need an integrated strategy.
And to make these trends work, you need good marketing. Digital marketing, SEO, ads, social media, email. What's the main goal here for businesses?
Strategically, it's about several things. Building your brand so people know who you are online, generating leads, finding potential customers, driving traffic to your website or app, and ultimately making sales and keeping customers loyal so they come back. You see targeted ads all day, right? That's digital marketing, trying to reach the right person with the right message at just the right moment. Understanding how that works is key for any manager.
Okay, last piece, but super important. The legal side, especially in India. What rules govern all this digital buying and selling? How are people protected?
Yeah, this is crucial for trust. The source points to two key laws in India. First, the Information Technology Act, 2000. That gives legal standing to electronic records, digital signatures. It also targets cybercrimes, hacking, identity theft, things like that. It builds a foundation of security. Second, the Consumer Protection Act, 2019. This one is specifically about protecting online shoppers. It makes e-commerce sites provide clear info, who the seller is, where they're based, etc., transparency. So it's about both preventing crime and ensuring fair play. These laws help make the digital marketplace safer for everyone.
Wow. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground, from that first email origin through all the systems, ECRM, SEM, ERP, the different business models, the payment revolution, and the legal and marketing aspects. It really shows how e-commerce has just reshaped everything, offering huge opportunities.
Definitely. And the pace isn't slowing down. So as you, the students listening, think about your careers in commerce or management. The question isn't just knowing this stuff. It's how do you stay agile? How do you adapt when the landscape itself is constantly shifting, challenging old ways, and innovating so fast? Understanding today is vital, but anticipating tomorrow, being ready to adapt and lead, that's the real challenge and the opportunity.
And if you want to really dig deeper into all this, the book we've been referencing, Fundamentals of E-commerce, Revised First Edition by Dr. Subhabrata, published by Arumba Bookhouse, is an excellent resource. You can easily find it online. Places like Amazon and Flipkart have it. They ensure it's accessible. But sometimes having that physical book, being able to highlight things, make notes in the margin, really wrestle with the concepts, there's something valuable in that, especially for complex topics. We definitely encourage you to grab a printed copy. It's a great way to continue your learning journey and really solidify your understanding. Your trust helps them keep putting out quality material.